Okay, so let's start. So now till in our last class we did till question 4. Now we are going to discuss from question 5 of part 1. And if you have done all these things by your own, you can also verify your answer with the correct one. So the question is that for any natural number n, the value of 6 power n minus 5 power n is always ends with what? That is the question. Now, if you look into the question, see, if you know, this is very fundamental about the number system. And in number system, if you look into it, so there are numbers like 6 square. What is the unit digit of 6 square? It is 6. The moment unit digit is 6 square is 6, that actually give you the to make a conclusion that 6 power n that it will be always ends with 6. Similarly, if you see the 5 squares unit digit is 5, obviously 5q and henceforth their units digit will be ends with 5. So what we see, so I'm going to write it here, is that for any natural number n, for any natural number n, ends with 6. Similarly, for any natural number n, 5 power n ends with 5. So that implies what? For any natural number n, 6 to the power n minus 5 to the power n ends with 6 minus 5. That is 1. So we get the correct option as A. So we get okay. Now I hope you got this question very clearly. So let's go to the next question, which is question 6. And here is question 6. Just let me put it into our working board. So the question here is, if the zeros of the polynomial 64x cube, so what is the equation? 64x cube. Zeros of the polynomial means it is the roots of the corresponding equation. So equation is 64x cube minus 144 x square plus 92x minus 15 equal to 0. So these roots are in, means the zeros of the corresponding polynomial are in arithmetic progression. So the way to take it is that the moment the roots are in arithmetic progression, so we can take that let the roots be a minus d, a, and a plus d. That is the conventional way of selecting 3 consecutive numbers in arithmetic progression. So now a minus d, a and a plus d, obviously these three numbers are in AP. Now what we need to find, and let us assume that d is greater than 0. Let us assume d is greater than 0. We can assume d is less than 0 also, that is also possible, but let's assume d is greater than 0. Now is that if the zeros of the polynomial are in AP, so now by means of the relationship between the roots and coefficient, what we can find is that a minus d plus a plus a plus d, that is equal to minus 144 divided by 64. So this implies what? This implies 3a is equal to 144 divided by 64, and if you simplify further, you will get the value of a as equal to 3 by 4. So that is the value of a. Now what you need to find, according to the question, find the difference between the largest and the smallest zeros, means largest and smallest. So what you need to find, so what is the largest one? Largest one is a plus d and the smallest one is a minus d. So the difference between the largest and smallest is 2d, a plus d minus of a minus d, that is 2d. 2d we need to find. Now for that already we found it out, a. Then the rest is that we can take that assistance of the product of the roots. So product of the roots are a minus d into a plus d, that is equal to 15 by 64. By the way, if anyone has any question about the roots and coefficient, please do not hesitate to stop me and clear your doubt and let me then proceed further. So from here what we get?
Sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, I'm Pratik here.
Yeah, Pratik, tell me.
Sir, how do you find roots when you have degree 3 terms?
Okay, so we are not finding the roots. We are finding the relationship between the roots and coefficient. That I can tell you, there is an underlying theory. So let me explain you about this thing. So let me explain you the theory in that different color, blue. So what happened is that if you have a quadratic equation, something like that, ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Now it has, suppose, let's assume it has two roots, alpha and beta. Let's take its roots are alpha and beta. Then the relationship between the roots and coefficient. Why it is coefficient? Because a, b and c are known as the coefficient of this corresponding quadratic equation. Then we can say alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a, and alpha into beta is equal to c by a. I hope all of you are aware of it. Now if we extend that one, is that to a cubic equation, ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus and d equal to 0. So now as it is a cubic equation, it has three roots, alpha, beta, gamma, let's assume. Then what are the relationship between the roots and coefficient? Alpha plus beta plus gamma. The sum of the roots should be equal to minus b by a. Then take two at a time. That means alpha into beta plus alpha into gamma plus beta into gamma, that is equal to c by a. And take three at a time, alpha, beta, gamma, that is equal to minus d by a. In that way, so this is the rule for the cubic equation, the relationship between the roots and coefficient. So this is the relationship between the quadratic equation and its two roots, alpha and beta. So if we apply this concept, so here we did that a minus d plus a plus d. So that is the sum of the roots, and a minus d into a plus d, it is the product of the roots. So now from here what we can say? From here we can say is that a into a square minus d square is equal to 15 by 64 is equal to 15 divided by 64. So this implies what? This implies, now let's apply the value of A. A is equal to what? A is equal to 3 by 4. So 3 by 4 into 3 by 4 whole square, that means 9 by 16 minus D square is equal to 15 by 64. Okay, from here if you simplify you will get uh, 27 by 16, 27 by okay, so here you can make little simplification. So 4 and 64 it will become 16. So then we get 27 by 16 minus 3d square is equal to 15 by 16. 15 by 16. This implies what? Sorry, just a minute. Give me a minute. So some system update is happening. It will take a minute. Meanwhile, you can compute. You can find the value of D. I'm sorry because it is beyond my control. There is update is happening. I think it is now come into normal. Let me make sure that you are able to view this page. Just give me a minute. Yes, now it is coming to normal. So then what we get is that 27 by 16, 27 by 16, okay, minus 3 into d square is equal to, here it was 16 in the previous state, is equal to 15 by 16. Now it is a simple algebraic manipulation, and from there you will find the value is equal to d square equal to, you will find 1 by 4. From here if you simplify you will get d square is equal to 1 by 4, and that will give you d is equal to plus minus 1 by 2. But what we assumed? We assumed that d is greater than 0. So as d cannot be less than 0, the value of d we get is at 1 by 2. Now according to the question, what you need to find? According to the question, we get we need to find what? We need to find a plus d minus of a minus d. That is equal to 2 into d. 2 into d means what? 2 into 1 by 2, that is equal to 1. So we get the correct option as A. So we get the correct option as A. I hope things are well understood. Let's proceed to the next question, which is question number 7. So in question number 7, if you look into the online platform, it's something like this. So The question is that if both the equations px square plus px plus 3 and x square plus x plus q equal to 0, if both these equations, has a common root 1, what is the value of p into q? That we are need to find. So here also you need to apply the concepts of relationship between the roots and coefficient. So what are the equations? Let's write the equation first. So the equations are let me write it here. It is p square plus px plus 3 equal to 0 and x square plus x plus q equal to 0. Now they have a common root. Common root is 1. So common root is 1. So in these two equations we get common root is equal to 1. That means what? 1 will get satisfied by both the equations. So in the equation, if we write p square,
sir, it should be px square, no sir?
You are absolutely correct. Thanks, Pratik. You're correct. Thanks. Yeah, it was mistake at my end. So px square, correct. So now if we look into this thing, so then okay, I need to remove here as well. So common root 1. So in this equation, that px square plus px plus 3 equal to 0. Let's apply 1. So that implies what? P plus p plus 3 is equal to 0. So from here we get the value of p is equal to minus 3 by 2. Now at the same time that x square plus x plus q equal to 0, that also has a root 1, common root 1. So that means 1 square plus 1 plus q is equal to 0. So from here we get the value of q is equal to minus 2. So we get the value of p is equal to minus 3 by 2 and q is equal to minus 2. So from here what we get the value of pq? Pq is equal to minus 3 by 2 into minus 2, that is equal to 3. So we get the correct option as A. So we get the correct option as A. I hope things are clear. Any doubt, please do let me know. Let's go to the next question. So in the next question, let me first put it into our board. I'm sorry. So here the question is, let Sn denote the sum of first n terms in an AP of an AP, and it is given as Sp is equal to p square r and Sq is equal to q square r for some integer r. Okay, then we need to find that SR. What is SR? SR means sum up to the first r terms. Okay, so what is given? So let us assume that the first term and the common difference of that AP be A and D respectively. Let the first term and the common difference of the AP B, A and D respectively. So then what we get? What is SP? SP, that is equal to P square R. That is from the relationship. So that gives what? That gives sum up to the first n terms is n by 2 into twice A plus n minus 1 into D. So here you can write P by 2 into twice into A, 2 into A, plus P minus 1 into D, that is equal to P square into R. And if we make, simplify further, then what we'll get? So we can, cancel that P. So then what will cancel that P, and if you multiply half, then we will get A plus P minus 1 by 2 into D is equal to P into R. Why we are writing so? Since P is not equal to 0, because P cannot be 0. If P is equal to 0, then there is a question is of no meaning, sum up to the 0 terms. Okay, since P is not equal to 0, and let us give this as equation as the first equation 1. Similarly, what is given is Q is equal to Q square R. So if you simplify in the similar manner, you will get A plus Q minus 1 by 2 into D is equal to Q into R, since Q is not equal to 0, and let's give this as equation 2. Now what we need to find? We need to find SR. SR means what? SR means, R by 2 into twice A plus R minus 1 into D. That is what we need to find. And to find that one, that expression can be, the value of the expression SR can be in terms of R. So it cannot be in terms of A and D. So it means is that we need to find the value of A and D from the equation 1 and equation 2. And if you simplify that equation 1 and equation 2, it is very, very, straightforward. Linear equations in two variables with variables A and D. You will find, so let's, subtract 2 minus 1. If you subtract 2 minus 1, that implies what? A will get cancelled. So Q minus 1 by 2 minus P minus 1, divided by 2 into D, that is equal to, Q minus P into R. So if you simplify further, then you will get what? 1 by 2 into Q minus P. So Q minus P by 2 into D is equal to Q minus P into R. And from there you will find the value of D is equal to 2 into R, since P minus Q cannot be equal to 0. Obviously, P minus Q is equal to 0 means what? P is equal to Q. In that case also the question doesn't make any sense, because P and Q are different numbers. So we get the value D is equal to 2R. So that value of D equal to 2R you can apply in this expression SR. But we need to find the value of A as well. To find the value of A, we can apply the D equal to 2R, in the equation 1. Then what we'll get? So from equation 1, what we get? We get A plus P minus 1 by 2 into D. What is D? D is 2R is equal to P into R. Let's simplify. And if we simplify, then we will get A plus PR minus R is equal to 0. So A plus PR minus R is equal to, here it will be PR, correct? So from there, what we get the value of, sorry, it is, this is equal to, PR. So PR got cancelled, so we get the value of A is equal to R. We get the value of A is equal to R. Now if we apply the value of A equal to R and D equal to 2R in SR, what we get? It is R by 2 into twice of A. What is twice of A? Twice of A is nothing but 2 into R. So it is 2 into R plus R minus 1 into D. D is 2R. So from here we get SR is equal to R by 2 into 2R plus 2R square minus 2R. So it is become 2R square into 2R square. So from here we get the value of SR is equal to R cube. SR equal to R cube. So we get the correct option as B. So we get the correct option as B. I hope things are clear and we can proceed to the next question. Okay. So next question is question 9, and let's see what is question 9. And question 9 is something like this. Let me put it here. The volume of a spherical ball. So it says that the volume of a spherical ball made of wood, is 792 by 7 cubic centimeter. Then the ball is then covered by a sheet of leather with thickness 0.5 centimeter. The surface area in square centimeter of the ball is what? So what we can do is that we need to find the surface area of the ball. Surface area of the ball with covered with the leather sheet. So we can do in this way. This is pretty straightforward. So let the radius of the wooden ball be R. So then according to the question, what we get? We know the area of the volume of a sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 into pi into r cube is equal to 792 divided by 7. Okay, 792 divided by 7. Now you can simplify further. If we simplify further, it is 4 by 3 into pi is 22 by 7 into r cube is equal to 792 by 7, and if you simplify further you will get r is equal to 3. That is the value of r you get. Now after that, what happened is that this wooden ball, okay, is actually covered with a sheet of leather with thickness 0.5. That means the wooden ball with that leather sheet will have a new sphere, and that sphere will have a radius of 3 plus 0.5 centimeter, that is 3.5 centimeter. So if I write properly here, once the ball is covered by a leather sheet of thickness 0.5 centimeter. The new radius is equal to, originally it was 3 and 0.5 has increased, it is become 3.5 centimeter. Now what is the surface area of this ball? So we get, so this implies the surface area of the ball covered with leather sheet is equal to what? We know the surface area is 4 pi into r square. R square here it is what? 3.5 whole square. So let's simplify. 4 into pi is 22 by 7 into 3.5 whole square means what? 35 by 10 into 35 by 10. Let's simplify. 7, it will be here, it is 5. 5 here it will be 2. Then 5, it will be 7. 5 here it will be 2. 2 here it will be 11. And these 2 will get cancelled with 2 here. So that actually coming to 22 into 7. 22 into 7 is equal to 154, and we need to give it is a, definitely the unit is square centimeter. So we get the correct option as, so we get, sorry, correct option as B. I hope things are clear. So let's proceed to the next question, which is question number 10. So let's have a look into the question number 10. Yeah. So here is question number 10. So the question is, if 1 by b minus a plus 1 by b minus c is equal to 1 by a plus 1 by c, then a, b, c are in what relation? Arithmetic progression, or harmonic progression, or or in geometric progression, or option D is both b and c. So let's solve. This is fundamentals of algebra. So what is the relationship it is given? 1 by b minus a, 1 by b minus a plus 1 by b minus c is equal to 1 by a plus 1 by c. So now let's what I'm going to do, I need to make ABC at the in both the places. So what I should do is that to make this thing happen, so there is a the proper way of doing this thing, and I will explain you why I did so. So there I make 1 by c, and here I will make 1 by a minus 1 by b minus c. Why I did so? Because I need to make in the both the sides ABC. So here is B and A is there, so I'm going to C. Okay, and here A is there, and then we put B and C. So now if we simplify, then what we'll get? We'll get C into B minus A. So it is C minus B minus A. That is equal to A into B minus C. Here it is b minus c minus a. So if we simplify here, so then what we'll get? We'll get c minus b plus a divided by c into b minus a is equal to minus of c minus b plus a divided by a into b minus c. So this implies what? We get a into b minus c is equal to minus of c into b minus a, since c minus b plus a cannot be equal to 0. Because if it is 0, then the question doesn't make sense. So that's why it should not be equal to 0. So now if we simplify further, what we'll get? We will get ab minus ac. Sorry, let me write properly. So here we get ab minus ac is equal to minus bc plus ac. So from there, what we can say? We can say 2ac is equal to b into a plus c. So this implies 2 by b is equal to 1 by a plus 1 by c, since a into c cannot be equal to 0. So this implies what? This implies that 1 by b, 1 by a, 1 by b, 1 by c are in arithmetic progression. That implies a, b, c are in harmonic progression. So this implies a, b, c are in harmonic progression. So here, let me, give you a little idea about the theory. If you are already aware, then fine. Otherwise, I can give a quick look up here. If ABC are in AP, if ABC are in AP, that implies 1 by A, 1 by B, 1 by C are in harmonic progression, and vice versa. So the moment we see that 2 by A, 2 by B is equal to 1 by A plus 1 by C, that means according to the principle of arithmetic progression, we can say 1 by A, 1 by B, 1 by C are in arithmetic progression. That means A, B, C are in harmonic progression. So this implies the correct option is B. The correct option is B. Okay, great. I hope things are clear here. Now let's go to the next question, which is question number 11.
But
Yeah, please tell me.
so in these kind of questions, in the second step, you've transposed this thing 1 by c on the left side, and then you've taken
Correct. Yeah.
1 by from the other side. So in these kind of questions, how do we know what to transpose?
Exactly. Correct. Very
in
good
order to
question. A very good question. What is your name?
I'm Shreya.
Oh, okay, Shreya. Yeah. So it is a very good question. Fantastic question. In fact, you see, and here is that, the main, point here. I was telling during the solving, if we take 1 by a to the left hand side, that means it will become 1 by b minus a minus 1 by a, then it will not able to solve it effectively, efficiently. So why I took 1 by c? Because I wanted to make that a, b, c together in the left hand side, and here also a, b, c in the right hand side. That's why I took 1 by c in the left hand side from the right hand side, and I took 1 by b minus c to the right hand side. Understood? Correct? Yeah, Shreya?
Yes, sir.
So
Hmm.
the point is,
Yes, sir.
this all comes with a little bit of practice. And also remember that whenever in exam this kind of situation comes, our target should be to bring ABC together in one place. And you see why, then you can ask the question, why so? The answer to this question then is that it will help us to cancel out the way we cancel out C minus B plus A. You see that here we cancel out C minus B plus A. This thing is actually cancelled with this thing, na? And how we cancel?
Yeah.
Because it cannot be equal to 0. And see, the point is that in KVPY it is extremely important, especially in interview, is that each and every step has its own justification. Okay, that if it is 0, then you cannot really cancel. As it is not equal to 0, it can cancel. But why it cannot be equal to 0? Because then the question doesn't make sense. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Shall I proceed to the next
Yeah.
question?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, great. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, can't we directly substitute values of, like, suppose A as 1, B as 1, A as 1, B as 2, and C as 3 to check whether it is an A, B, and
See,
C?
the point is that no, you really cannot do this thing. If you do this thing, the point is that it will take long time. Okay, because you may land up with AP, but for one particular example, it may not true, na? It has to be generically true.
No, because if this doesn't go in mind, then what to transpose and all, can't we directly substitute
Yes,
values?
you can, but the point is that with a compromisation on the time to solve the question. Answer is yes, but it is not the efficient one.
Okay.
Got it? Okay. So let's go to the next question, which is question 11, and it says this thing. Let me bring it here. This is a very classical question, and if you have done with permutation and combination, we can try with this one. So the question is that out of 7 consonants and 4 vowels, out of 7 consonants and 4 vowels, the number of words not necessarily meaningful, means it may not be word from the dictionary, that can be made, each containing 3 consonants and 2 vowels. Okay, so how many consonants are given to us is 7 consonants, and how many consonants we need to select out of it? It is 3. So that means 3 consonants can be selected from 7 consonants in how many ways? 7C3 ways. So what we can write is that 3 consonants. So let me use a different color. Sorry. So 3 consonants can be selected from 7 consonants in 7C3 ways. And how many vowels are there? 4 vowels. And out of that, how many vowels you need to select? 2 vowels. So 2 vowels can be selected from 4 vowels in 4C2 ways. So now the point is that using the principle of multiplication, we can say the number of ways we can select the 3 consonants and 2 vowels, that will be in the 7C3 into 4C2 ways. Now, so the required number of words is equal to what? 7C3 into 4C2. Now these are the number of ways. Now in each of these, what is this number? Number of words containing, 5 letters, correct? Mix up of, 3 consonant and 2 vowels. Now those 5 letters can be interchanged among themselves, and that can be done in factorial 5 ways. So the total number of ways is that into 5 factorial. And now you can simplify this thing. We can simplify this one. 733 is equal to what? It is 7 factorial divided by 3 factorial into 4 factorial into 4C2 is equal to 4 factorial divided by 2 factorial into 2 factorial, and 5 factorial is 5 factorial here. So let's simplify. So if we simplify further, then how to, you see the way I'm simplifying that also, otherwise I could have written the result but it is better to know the how to simplify. 7 into 6 into 5, and after that I will not continue. I will write 4 factorial because that will get cancelled with the 4 factorial in the denominator. So here also I write 3 factorial into 4 factorial into 4 factorial. I will write 4 into 3 factorial. 2 factorial is 2 and then 2 factorial is 2, and 5 factorial is equal to, that we need to, we do not have any other scope. So 5 into 4 into 3 into 2. Now what we see, this 4 factorial got cancelled, this 3 factorial got cancelled, this 4 is cancelled with this 2. Then what we are left with? We are left with 7 into 6 into 5 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2. That is equal to what? That is equal to 7 into 6 into 5. So that if you make, better to multiply 5 into 2, 20, 120, 120 into 6 into 35. So if you make it, it will come as 25200. 25200. So we get the correct option as C. So we get correct option as C.
Sir, could you repeat how did you get 5 factorial?
Oh, absolutely. See, 3 consonants can be selected from 7 consonants in how many ways? 7C3. And 2 vowels can be selected from 4 vowels in how many ways? 4C2. So together in how many ways we can form a word? We can form word, 7C3 into 4C2. These many words possible, distinct. Now, out of that one word, you take one word, it contains 5 letters. Those 5 letters can be, interchanged among themselves, right? Isn't it? Okay. Shall I give you an example, or it's fine?
No need, sir.
Understood, right? Yeah. So,
yeah.
So that's why 5 factorial is coming into the picture. Okay.
Sir.
Yep. Please.
Actually, we haven't learned the permutations and combinations, so I actually didn't understand what exactly 7C3 ways and 4C2 ways is.
Yeah.
And also how 3 becomes 7 factorial by 3 factorial into 4 factorial and all that.
Thank you very much for your question. Absolutely. I can give you a quick recap on theory. So, permutation is all about, arrangement, and combination is all about selection. So this thing you need to cover for KVPY. It is extremely important. So, suppose, there are, 3, I always give this example. Suppose there are 3 balls. Okay.
Sir, actually, you told this last class. I know this, but
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Then tell me.
You explain.
Uh, what is your exact question then, please?
What is 7C3 and 4C2,
Oh, okay.
and how does 7C3 become 7 factorial by 3 factorial into 4 factorial and
Okay.
4C2?
Okay. Good question. Let me help you answer this one. So NCR, okay, that means, selection of R distinct objects taken from 7 distinct objects, in distinct objects is actually NCR. And what its formula? Its formula is n factorial divided by R factorial into n minus R factorial. That is the formula. So now let's see. Now let's resemble with our example here. So 7C3 becomes 7 factorial divided by 3 factorial into 7 minus 3 factorial. So that is equal to what? That is equal to 7 up, sorry. Sorry. So that is equal to what? That is equal to 7 factorial divided by 3 factorial into 4 factorial, correct? So far it is fine. Yeah, who is the student who asked the question? It's fine so far?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Now there is a rule. Rule is that n factorial is equal to n into n minus 1 factorial. That I hope you are aware of it. So now 7 factorial means what? 7 into 6 factorial, and 6 factorial means 6 into 5 factorial. 5 factorial means 5 into 4 factorial. So 7 factorial we can write this way. You understood this one?
Yeah, this one I understood. Yes, sir. Got it. That's
now you understood, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So shall I proceed to the next?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, all right.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, good. So now let's go to the next question. That is question 12. So what is the question 12? Let me pull it out into our board. So here it is. So the question here is, in a triangle ABC, the value of A into B cos C minus C cos B is equal to what? Okay. So I think I explained in some of our previous classes is that in the properties of triangles, so triangle has 6 attributes, 3 sides and 3 angles. Out of these, 3 attributes, if any 3 are given, the other 3 can also be found. There are some exceptions, but in general it is true. You can determine the triangle, uniquely. So, and for that there are some formulas, and let's find how we can leverage those formulas to, solve this question. So, here the formula is that what is the value we need to find? We need to find the value of A into B cos C minus C cos B. So this is equal to A into what is B cos C? So AB into, we can write AB into cos C minus AC into cos B. What is AB into cos C? So AB into cos C formula, there is a formula for cos C, and that is equal to A square plus B square plus, A square plus B square minus C square divided by 2AB. All these things, in case you are not aware, so we discuss all these things in our classroom coaching. So you can, one day you can come and see how we conduct all this. So cos B is equal to C square plus A square minus B square divided by 2 into AC. So these are the formulas. So now AB got cancelled, so we get 1 by 2 into A square plus B square minus C square minus, here also I can take 1 by 2 common, then we get c square plus a square minus b square. Now let's take 1 by 2 common, then what we'll get? A square plus b square minus c square minus c square. Yep, I am using cosine rule, Akanksha. Yeah, so minus c square minus c square minus a square plus b square. So then what will happen, that a square and a square got cancelled, and we in the numerator we get 2 into b square minus c square, and that we get will b square minus c square, and we get the correct option as C, and we get the correct option as C. Any doubt, please do let me know. There are, there is a chapter called Properties of Triangles. In Properties of Triangles, there are several, formula related to the three sides and, three angles. So one such, property, one such formula is called cosine rule. So that I have applied here. If everything is clear, then you can proceed to the next question. That is, question number 13. So question number 13 says, if fx equal to mod of x minus 2, where x is a real number, then which one of the following? There are 5 options here. Option A, that f is a periodic function. Option B, f of x plus y is equal to fx plus fy. Option C, f is an odd function. Option D, f is not one function. And option E is f is an even function. So always remember, if you have discussed this thing, about that, functions and its different properties in your school or some other places. So one thing I would like to tell is that when there is a modulus function, modulus function is not 1 What is a 1 function? If I can quickly, recap about the 1 function, I can say this thing: a function, is said to be 1. Suppose fx is a function. Okay, suppose f is a function from the set A to B. A is the domain set and B is the codomain set. Okay, such that, okay, if x1 and x2 belongs to A and x1 is not equal to x2, that must imply that fx1 is not equal to fx2. So the function f from A to B such that x1 not equal to x2, implying fx1 is not equal to fx2, then what we can conclude? We can conclude that the function fx is 1. That means for each distinct element in the domain set A, we get a distinct image in the codomain set B. If this condition is not actually getting satisfied, then we say the function is not 1. And this generally doesn't happen in case of a modulus function. So the moment you see this question, then you can say the option D is going to be the correct one. But let me show you how it is not going to be the, why option C is correct, means why it is not an 1 function. So let's find what is our definition of the function fx. Fx is equal to mod of x minus 2. Now let's find the value of f3. What is f3? f3 is equal to 3 minus mod of 3 minus 2, that is equal to mod of 1 Obviously it is 1. And what is f of 1? F of 1 is equal to mod of 1 minus 2, that is equal to mod of minus 1. Mod of minus 1 is also 1. So what we see? We see that 3 doesn't equal to 1, but f3 is equal to f1. So that implies what? That implies f is not 1 1. Okay, so that is the proof of that why. So that implies what? Option D is correct. So this implies option D. Option D is correct. I hope things are clear. We can proceed to the next question. Any doubt, please do let me know. So question 14. So question 14 is something like this. Let me pull it out. So it says that if one of the roots of the equation, x square plus ax plus 3 equal to 0 is 3, and one of the root of the equation x square plus ax plus b equal to 0 is 3 times the other root, then what is the value of b? So let us, whatever the English statement is given, let us, find the, in exact mathematical form. So what is the first equation? First equation is that x square plus ax plus 3 is equal to 0. So one of its root is 3. So let's take the roots are, okay, its roots, let's take one root is, already is given as 3. So the other root is alpha, because there are two roots. It is a quadratic equation. And the other equation, it is x square plus ax plus b equal to 0. So it has, one root is 3 times the other. That means if one root is beta, then the other root is 3 into beta. Correct. So now by means of the relationship between the roots and coefficient, from this one, what we can conclude? We can conclude that 3 plus alpha is equal to minus a, and 3 into alpha is equal to 3. So now if you simplify further, so that implies what? So 3 alpha equal to 3 means that implies what? That implies alpha equal to 1. And that value of alpha equal to 1, if you put, then 3 plus 1 is equal to minus a, and it gives a is equal to minus 4. That is the first value we get. A is equal to minus 4. Now let's look into the second one. In the second one, what we get? X square, the moment we get the value of a equal to minus 4, that equation, x square plus ab plus x now reduces to x square minus 4x plus b equal to 0. Correct? Now it has two roots, beta and 3 beta. So by means of the relationship between the roots and coefficient, we get beta plus 3 beta is equal to minus of minus 4, that is plus 4. So let me write minus of minus 4, and beta into 3 beta is equal to b. So b plus 3b means 4b, beta plus 3 beta, that is 4 beta, is equal to plus 4, minus of minus 4 is plus 4. So that means beta is equal to 1. Now that beta equal to 1, if you apply here, you will get 3 into beta square is equal to b. That implies b is equal to 3. 1 square is 1. So b equal to 3. So we get b equal to 3 and the correct option is A. So we get correct option as A. I hope things are clear. Then we can proceed to the next question. Okay, so next question is, let me pull it out, this question. So if x is in between 0 to 2 pi, including 0 but excluding 2 pi, then the number of real values of x which satisfy the equation cos x plus cos 2x plus cos 3x plus cos 4x equal to 0 is what? That is the question. So here the equation is, so this is a question from trigonometric equations, and let's see how we can find a solution. So to be more precisely to say, this is a mixture of both trigonometric function and trigonometric equation, and let's see how we can apply the concept of both trigonometric function and trigonometric equation to solve this equation. So first we need to apply trigonometric function. So cos x plus cos 2x plus cos 3x plus cos 4x is equal to 0. To simplify, what we need to do, we need to club x and 3x together, because we can get some common term when we mix this couple with the 2x and 4x. That should be the justification that why we should have cos x and cos 3x together and cos 2x and cos 4x together. So this implies what? From here we get cos of 2x plus cos x plus cos of 4x plus, cos of 3x plus cos x. So this should be 3, and cos of 4x plus cos of 2x, that is equal to 0. Now we apply the formula of cos c plus cos d. Cos c plus cos d is equal to 2 cos c plus d by 2. That means 3x plus x by 2, that is 4x by 2, that is cos 2x, into cos c minus d by 2, that means 3x minus x by 2, that means 3x minus x is 2x, 2x by 2 is x, plus here also same thing, cos c plus cos d, we get 2 cos c plus d by 2, that is 3x, into cos c minus d by 2, that is equal to 0. So from here we can take cos x common, then we get cos 2x plus cos 3x is equal to 0. Again we need to apply the concept of cos c plus cos d. So what we get here, we are getting cos x into cos c plus cos d, 2 cos c plus d by 2, that means 2x plus 3x by 2, that is 5x by 2. So we get 5x by 2 into cos c minus d by 2, that is 2x minus 3x by 2, that is minus x by 2, and we know that cos of minus theta is equal to cos theta, so we can write cos of x by 2. Correct? So from here what we get? From here we get cos of x, let me give a bracket, into cos of x by 2, sorry 5x by 2 into cos x by 2 is equal to 0. So till that till this step it is a trigonometric function simplification. So from the addition we reduce this to a multiplication. Why? Because we know that when x into y equal to 0, we can conclude either x equal to 0 or y equal to 0. Okay, fine. So from that concept, what we can say, from here we can conclude either cos x equal to 0 or cos of 5x, sorry, here I made a small mistake, it will be 5x by 2. So here it will be 5x by 2 or cos of 5x by 2 is equal to 0 or cos of x by 2 equal to 0. So any of them, this thing can be 0. That is the conclusion. Now let's see if cos x equal to 0, how we can find the solution. So here I am writing it, cos x equal to 0. From the knowledge of trigonometric equation, we can write if cos x equal to 0, then we can write x is equal to 2n plus 1 into pi by 2, where n belongs to z. That is the general solution of cos x equal to 0. Now from this general solution, we need to find how many of those solutions are in between 0 to 2 pi. That is the task. So to do this thing, first we need to apply n is equal to 0. If we apply n equal to 0, what is the value of x you are getting? We are getting the value of x is equal to pi by 2, and that is an acceptable solution. Why it is an acceptable solution? Because pi by 2 is in the between 0 to 2 pi. Then let us apply the value of n is equal to 1. If we apply the value of n equal to 1, what value of x we are getting? We are getting the value of x is equal to 2 into 1 plus 1 by into pi by 2, that is 3 pi by 2. So 3 pi by 2 is also in between 0 to 2 pi. So that's why it is also an acceptable solution. Now let's put n is equal to minus 1. The moment we put n equal to minus 1, so x become what? Minus 2 plus 1. 2 into n, na? So n is minus 1. 2 into minus 1, that is minus 2 plus 1, that is minus 1. So minus pi by 2. Minus pi by 2 is not in the range between 0 to 2 pi. Hence it is not an acceptable solution. Now as we didn't get an acceptable solution as at n equal to minus 1, we should not proceed further with n equal to minus 2, n equal to minus 3 and so on. No need to go, because in all those cases also we will see the solution is actually less than 0, which is not acceptable based on the given condition. So we should not proceed with n equal to minus 2, n equal to minus 3 like that. Then what we will proceed? As we got success at n equal to 1, we will now apply n is equal to 2. At n equal to 2, what we get? X is equal to, we get 2n plus 1, 2 into 2 plus 1, that is 5 pi by 2. But 5 pi by 2 is, more than 2 pi, hence it is not an acceptable solution. So what we see? We see is that as for n equal to 2, we are not getting an acceptable solution in the given range. We should not proceed with n equal to 3, 4, 5 like that. The way I explained for n equal to minus 1. So from cos x equal to 0, we get two solutions in the range 0 to 2 pi, including 0, excluding 2 pi, and the solutions are x equal to pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2. Now we need to proceed for the other thing. What is the other one? Other one is that next one is, let me use a different color so that you can later make a difference that okay, why we did so. So the next one is that cos of 5x by 2 equal to 0. Cos of 5x by 2 is equal to 0. Same principle, cos of 5x by 2 is equal to 0 means what? 5x by 2 is equal to 2n plus 1, but we cannot write n because already we have n for cos x equal to 0. Na? So we can write here it is 2m plus 1 into pi by 2, where m belongs to z, the set of integers. So if we simplify further, so from here we will get x is equal to 2m plus 1 into pi by 5. 2m plus 1 into pi divided by 5. Now we will apply the value m equal to 0. If you put m equal to 0, then what value of x we are getting? The value of x we are getting is equal to pi by 5. Pi by 5 is in between 0 to 2 pi, so it is an acceptable solution. Then we put m equal to, plus 1. M equal to plus 1, then what is the value of x we are getting? 2 into 1 plus 1, 3 pi by 5. 3 pi by 5 is an acceptable solution. So that's why I'm giving a tick mark. Now we put m equal to minus 1. For m equal to minus 1, what we get? We get x is equal to 2m plus 1 become negative because 2 into minus 1 plus 1, that is minus pi by 5. Minus pi by 5, which is not an acceptable solution. Why? Because it is not in between the 0 to 2 pi range. And like the previous case, the example, the explanation I gave, as we didn't get success at m equal to minus 1, we should not proceed with other negative integers like minus 2, minus 3 and so on. So then we should proceed with m equal to 2. If we put m equal to 2, what is the value of x will get? We will get the value of x is equal to 2 into 2 plus 1, that is, pi. 5 pi by 5, that is equal to pi, and pi is in between 0 to 2 pi, so it is an acceptable solution. Then we put m equal to 3. M equal to 3 if we put, then what will be the value of x will get? Value of x will get is equal to 2 into 3 plus 1, that is 6 plus 1, 7 pi by 5. 7 pi by 5 is in between 0 to 2 pi, so it is an acceptable solution. Then you put m equal to 4. If you put m equal to 4, then what we'll get? We'll get x is equal to 2 into 4 plus 1, that is 9 pi by 5. And 9 pi by 5, that is also an acceptable solution. Then we put m is equal to 5. In m equal to 5, what is the value of x we are getting? We are getting the value of x is equal to 5 into 2, it is 10 plus 1, 11 pi by 5. 11 pi by 5 is more than 2 pi, and hence it is not an acceptable solution. Now as for m equal to 5, we didn't get an acceptable solution in the given range, there is no point of proceed further with m equal to 6, 7, 8 and so on. Okay. So these are the solutions, acceptable solution in the given range we got for 0 to 2 pi. Now the last case we are left with is that, for cos of x by 2 is equal to 0. So let's apply cos of x by 2 equal to 0. So if we write cos of x by 2, cos of x by 2 is equal to 0. So from here what we get? From here we get x by 2 is equal to 2 into p plus 1, because n we cannot write, m also we cannot write because we have already used this thing for the other two cases where p belongs to the set of integers. So from here we get x is equal to 2p plus 1 into pi, because by 2 got cancelled, 2p plus 1 into pi. Now in the same manner, first we apply the value of p is equal to 0. If we apply p is equal to 0, the value of x we get is equal to pi. and pi is an acceptable solution, which is in between, what, 0 to 2 pi. Then you put p is equal to 1. P equal to 1 if you put, then what is the value of x? X is equal to 2 into 1 plus 1, 3 pi. 3 pi is not an acceptable solution because it is not in the range 0 to 2 pi. And like the two previous cases, as we didn't get success at p equal to 1, we should not proceed further with p equal to 2, 3 and so on. Then we get p equal to minus 1. P equal to minus 1, then what is the value of x we are getting? Value of x we are getting is that, minus 2 plus 1, that is minus 1 into pi, so minus pi, which is not an acceptable solution. Why it is not an acceptable solution? Because it is not in the range of 0 to 2 pi. So then, how many solutions we get together? Let us mark it in a different color. So for we get pi by 2, that is an acceptable solution. 3 pi by 2 is an acceptable solution, 2. Then 5 pi by 5, 5 pi by 5 is an acceptable solution, 3 pi by 5, pi, 7 pi by 5 and 9 pi by 5. Then p equal to 0, pi is already been considered in here. Pi is already considered here, x equal to pi, so here it is not required to be considered. So then how many solutions we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Total 7 solutions we get from this given equation. So what we see? So the given equation has 7 solutions. So the given equation has 7 solutions in the semi-closed interval. It is 0 included, but 2 pi is excluded. So this implies the correct option is C. The correct option is C. So I hope you liked the solution the way I explained. By one example we have covered great portion of trigonometric equation, and there are several other cases also, but this is the way to find specific solution in a given range from a general solution. So with this I would like to conclude today's class, because it is about to be 10:30 p.m. And tomorrow you have schools. So from next class, next Sunday, we will start discussing about the physics questions. 15 physics questions we will start discussing. And if you have any doubt, please do let me know. So I will give you a couple of minutes to ask me any question you have before we conclude. So this, by the way, this question paper is relatively easier than the previous mock test paper, and I purposefully gave. But next mock test paper will be again little difficult than this one. So please prepare accordingly. So with this, I hope you do not have any question. Thank you very much. We'll again meet on Sunday, same time, 9 p.m. IST. Thank you very much. Thank you, Akanksha. Thank you for your wish. Thank you, Vaishnavi. Thank you very much for your wish.